Okay, this is an older Kenskill RV. I'm going to take it down to the decking and build a tiny house on it. This is the inside of the trailer. You can see the metal roofing has sagged from the snow load, and you always get puddling and then of course leakage. And since there's no eaves, there's always water leaking past the window frames. A lot of rot, separation of the sliding door frame from the decking. This is our 1966 Kenskill RV trailer. It's been dismantled down to the decking, and you can see that the deck is pretty punky, and we're going to have to take all this plywood off and all these floor joists out and replace them. You can see how the plywood is completely rotted here. It's 2x4 decking, which should be strong enough for the new tiny house. These wheel wells are always a problem when you're building a tiny house because you've got to build over the wheel wells. That's why usually they put a bathroom or a closet over them. There's a sheet of aluminum under the entire deck of the trailer, and that's kind of nice to have because it keeps rodents out. So if I do widen this, I'm going to have to extend that sheet metal out to keep rodents and bugs from getting in. And again, a lot of rot in the decking. Okay, we're making our own heat transfer plates for the radiant floor heating using this scrap aluminum. Just a piece of electrical conduit and a tool I made out of old bed rails. So we framed one wall with 104-inch and 5/8 studs so that we could get a 9.5-foot wall and use 10-foot sheathing on it. And we saved a little bit of money by doing the top plates that way instead of using 10-foot studs. And then for this wall, we used 92 and 5/8 studs, so we ended up with a wall that's going to be 94 inches in height, which lets us use 9-foot sheathing. And we're going to put tar paper on this wall and then put T111 siding right over it. And then we're going to lift it at once. The windows are going to be put in later because we're not sure exactly where to place them yet, so we'll do that later. The subfloor is 3/4 inch OSB subfloor, and because there's insulation underneath there, it was really important to keep it dry, so I sealed the joints with caulk and tried to keep the rain off it. Okay, so we've got some T111 material we're putting up here. It doesn't have the grooves. It's going to give a nice smooth look. I'm going to put some battens over it. It's 5/8 material, and I went with 8-foot sheets because the surplus place where I got this from didn't have 10-foot sheets, which is actually good because then I can put some flashing at the top of the sheets there and then put some horizontal windows up above that. And this is the kitchen wall. It's going to have a great big bay window that's framed in. Okay, this is the bathroom. Got toilet there, and then just beyond that is going to be a built-in vanity with a small sink and a medicine box with a mirror above that. And then there'll be a window against the far wall. And a 36-inch shower here. And then this is a skinny wall. I've never built a skinny wall before, but I wanted to minimize the space it took so that I could get a 36-inch hallway between the bathroom and the bunk beds. And there won't be any wiring or plumbing in this wall. The plumbing's going to be on the back wall or this end wall. Water supply's coming in up through there. Okay, so we've got the carpet in and it's just edge glued, no pad to let the heat up better. And it's got a lot of trim work to do, baseboards and trim. Got paint on the walls. Tiny closet for a tiny house. Just regular hollow core doors. Okay, so this is the circuit breaker panel and the pump control for the radiant floor heat and the thermostat, and there's going to be a washing machine going there. There's a washer hook up there, and then we've put in the vinyl plank flooring, which is kind of nice because it's really only about 3/16 of an inch thick, so you don't have all that transition problem between different floor types and the threshold of the door. This is the tankless water heater that provides both the domestic hot water as well as the radiant floor heat. You can get one of these for like $500 on the internet. You do need to have 18 inches of hard piping connecting to it and keep it a certain number of feet away from any opening window or door. Below the tankless water heater is the hard piping, the circulation pump, the gas pipe, and an electrical outlet. So this system can save money if you can do it yourself, because you don't need to put a furnace in the house and have all that blowing hot air going everywhere with ductwork. You don't need a hot water tank in there taking up space. You do need to worry about freezing in the wintertime. This system is going to be drained and not used in the wintertime, but also there are heating elements in the tankless water heater itself that will protect it as long as it has power to it.